All right, in this video, I'm going to talk about a couple of perfect storms that I see coming into play in the very near future in the Bitcoin space, the on-chain digital economy, this world of crypto that a lot of people are stuck in right now. So let me just talk openly about this. My name is Gavin. Welcome to all the new people who are subscribing. I appreciate you. You know, I go by Gavin Gregory is the given name, so I really am using that because it's easy to say and go by as the channel grows. But my legal name is Gavin Mehl. That's the handle. All right, so thank you for joining and subscribing. Now let's talk a little bit about like some of the people who have joined, maybe perhaps from some of the stuff I put on X, shares, or the live that I was on with CoinGeek. Let's see if we could break down some of this subject matter, a little kind of an open discussion here, discussion with me talking on the camera. But ultimately, here's what's going on. Okay, first things first, I did cover the Copa v. Wright trial extensively, the Satoshi trial. All right, so I want to just do a quick update on that. We have really yet to see the exact documents that have been filed. We do know that what's called a permission to appeal was filed by Dr. Wright after the Satoshi trial, where the court determined that he was not Satoshi Nakamoto. He's then appealed. What's still hearsay and undetermined is whether or not he's represented, because on the docket it says party/representatives, party/counsel, so it's undetermined. We're hearing from other people that he's not represented, but we have yet to hear from the court itself whether or not he's represented. So we do know that the permission to appeal has been filed, and we have not read that. So that's just basically the update on that. As soon as I'm able to read that document, I'll be sure to do a video and kind of keep everybody up to speed on what it says. And once we have a ruling or any, right now it's just gone to it's gone to case management. And so meaning that it's past the clerk's, the initial clerk review. Okay, it's filed, the clerk stamps it, he puts it over to case management. And then it will go off to a judge to determine what the next steps are going to be in this case. Yeah, so there's a real perfect storm that I believe is happening in the very near future. And I'm going to host a space on X tomorrow that's going to talk a lot about it, like the second coming of Bitcoin, millions of transactions coming to the blockchain, and how and basically just kind of do a roundtable, and how cryptos are securities and Bitcoin is a digital commodity, according to Gary Gensler from the SEC. And I got a quote on the space in there. This is a really important point because I think we're after meetings this week on Monday, and I had a meeting with the company called Token of 8, Mr. Richard Baker, where a lot of things were discussed off the record. But I was actually going to have him as a guest on the space on Friday, but that ended up not happening. And so we agree on a lot of the things. I'm sure that we're on the same page on many things. But he's running a big company, and he's got shareholders and investors and a legal team, and so I'm sure at the last minute they said, probably not a good idea. We should probably stay behind the scenes on things and not be out there in the open. So that's what they've been doing. But one of the things we are discussing tomorrow is the regulatory side about Bitcoin, because there's an awakening to the public blockchain right now by institutions. When the internet first started back in the early days, there was the intranet, if you remember, and then there was a big coming together to the World Wide Web with this public internet for everyone to use, World Wide Web. That same thing's happening right now in the Bitcoin space. There has been a push over the last 15 years to privatize things. Let's make our own blockchain inside a company. Let's try to make it work. That is now the old way, which is now being basically advanced to the realization that the public blockchain that first started in 2009, Bitcoin, is still the best way to operate. SHA-256, proof of work. It's the most safe, secure, the longest chain running, the no hacks. It's never been taken down. And so people are realizing, and it's regulatory compliant. And the SEC is Gary Gensler, the former chair, is recognizing it as a digital commodity, meaning that it's not going to be sued as a security. All right, so these things are all coming into play now, where there's an awakening to the public blockchain. There's also a huge awakening right now to this concept of content creation. And now, as a content creator on YouTube, I decided not to take the plunge of taking ad money. And I get emails every single day offering me money to do ads. You know, it's been at my detriment to not take that money. And that's just outside, plus all the other revenue that I probably get from Google. I don't know what it is, but either way, I decided not to do it. So for content creators like myself who've decided that route, there is a future, not even a future, it's a present moment right now where we're able to have content creation monetized for low costs. This hasn't existed yet. So basically, like in the current world, there's things called Patreon, where if you want to pay $30 or I don't know how much, you could even do it for like $10 a month. But there's Patreon, there's other services, subscription services where you can have your fans go over there and they pay you money for whatever reason. I'm not really a supporter of that, so I haven't really believed in that. There's others that you could do, I think, for like $5, but there's never been small casual payments. Now, when you go back to the white paper, the whole vision of the white paper was small casual payments. That's what got me excited about it. I was like, oh, small casual payments on the internet. Dude, wow, we need to trust without a third party. How can we do that? How can I start exchanging money with other people without another party in the middle? That got me super excited about it. That just never transpired, but now it is actually transpiring. And I'm telling you, that's what the whole vision of the white paper was. And because of that crystallized vision in the white paper was so firm and so powerful, it's now coming forward to becoming to actually happening. Now, I'm not saying it's actually happening because it's already happened. It's actually been going on for the last 4 years, but it's been in like what's called a beta stage. And so there's platforms out there which are charging people, content creators. They can charge like, let's say $5 to have their audience go view their private content on a platform. Now, this is different from social media because social media is that everybody comes in and everybody just posts whatever they want. This is what I'm talking about is not social media. I'm talking about strictly for content creators to get revenue from their fans. So imagine if you had a favorite person that you followed a long time on any of these platforms, YouTube, Instagram, X, and you say, wow, this guy's really cool, I want to follow him, or a girl is really cool, I want to follow what she does. And then he or she's going to tell you about their private life, but in order to do that, you got to pay 5 cents. Would you pay 5 cents? I mean, if you were really interested, you might not even blink an eye paying 5 cents or 10 cents or 25 cents. Might even blink an eye. But if you had to go through a whole thing of like setting up wallets and learning about Bitcoin and all that, you'd probably be like, I don't want to do that. It's too confusing. But if you could just pay your 5 cents and, just by one click of a button, and then you get whatever piece of content that you're promised from the creator, for me, I wouldn't hesitate. And so that's what's happened. That's what's already happened. And it's going to, what's going to happen next is that huge influencers have already signed on, and they are, this got me super excited because when I saw the influencers and I saw the contracts, they've agreed to post X amount of content per month on the platform to their audiences. And it's huge. Now, again, it's not for everybody. This is a small thing. So, it's not a social media platform, but we're talking about 700 creators. That's it. 700 creators in the first year. So it's not, and if you don't have a huge audience, then you can't become a creator. So it's not, like I said, it's just specialized, but anybody can be fans of these content creators, but only certain people can be creators and make money on the platform. And so I saw the vision of this. I saw how it was coming together. It was just super clear. Now, the missing parts were the rails, the payment rails, because it has to be able to be converted really fast, like instantly, kind of like PayPal. You log in, you have one click. Now that's happening because there's going to be a Handcash implementation where Handcash is having very soon, it's being built out right now. I don't know when it's going to launch, but it's going to basically do a one-click login, let's say from Google, and then it will automatically have an account for a new person. And then that account will be the same as a wallet. It's the same as just a wallet for the normies, for the newbies. All right. So once that's done, and then the other perfect storm is what's called the rails. Now there's a company right now that is in the process of of basically organizing the rails. They've already been retained, and so they are acquiring putting the rails in place to then have one would be like a PayPal, for example, okay, to integrate with Bitcoin SV, all right, and the type of content that's going to be provided. It's a very it could be a high risk situation because you got Bitcoin SV, nobody it's been banned on most exchanges, and then you've got your content, which could be sensitive at times for some of the people. So there's like, they can't have censorship, right, on this platform. There's no censorship. So basically, these two things are coming together in a perfect storm right now. I'm talking like within the next, I have agreement of basically by the end of the year. That's like a long time. I'm saying January is a very long time out. I think it's gonna be a lot sooner than that. And then now that the influencers are on, and now I came on as well to basically sponsor and be a strategic business advisor for the platform. And ultimately, I invested in Daniel Street and his brother. I don't really care about names of companies. I'm not behind. I invest in people, and I believe in people. Personally, and that's basically who I got behind was Daniel Street and Jeremy Street. They're the ones that I really believe in what they're doing, and I'm supporting it, and I did invest in it. So it's something huge that is coming down the road. It's not even coming down the road, it's already here. And, you can definitely keep your eyes on it. But yeah, the company is actually called Relica. Relica, it's an Australian company. And then the website is lament.io. I think it's lament.io. I think it's .io. I don't even know, but I will. So if you're a content creator, you could contact me, and there's going to be like basically a white glove service for people who are coming in. This is something that's happening right now. So there's going to be like another $2 million raised. It's a final round investment, basically, where this company's already fully built out and launched, and they're going to have a $2 million raise from an investor, but they're very, very specific on who they want to take the $2 million from. So, and with that, they're going to hire on a lot of different teams, sales, what would be called like a concierge service, because there's only 700 creators, and each one of those creators are going to have basically first class white glove treatment. These are like, say, a person with 100,000 followers on Instagram, right? They're coming in, they're going to be treated, specifically by people who understand their content. And it's, a lot of it's women. So I offered to do it, but it's not really something that I would qualify for. So that's coming. The other thing that is a perfect storm is there's a stable coin that's about to launch right now. It's very, very soon. It's already launched on ERC20, but with the stablecoin implementation on Bitcoin SV, all these microtransactions are able to, like small casual payment transactions, are able to happen in fiat on chain, on chain. And then the withdrawals are being set up with all these payment rails. So people, just like I was told in 2022 when I went to Dubai, I met Daniel Street in person with Alex Moon, and he introduced me to him. And they said, "You got to meet this guy. He's figured out a way to build a company and get people on to Bitcoin without needing Bitcoin, without even using it or needing it." And that's exactly what has happened. So now it's the full implementation and adoption of that long 4-year vision, which has been operating. So a lot of people have used the platform, in a beta stage, but now it's actually going to be fully ready and usable within fiat without Bitcoin. And the Bitcoin is just, is on the back end. Okay, that's just fully on the back end. That's what enables it's basically the plumbing. It's what enables the microtransactions in fiat. But when the payments go out, it's all in fiat. That's how it's going to be very soon. All right, that's just something big I wanted to talk about briefly. And there's another perfect storm coming as well regarding the in-store gaming cards. All right, this is another huge thing that's coming very soon. It's already here, but it's actually something my friend Brett is involved in. And again, I'm not at all involved in the company, but I've been seeing the vision of what they're doing, and it's like a in-store. They're going to be offering the gaming with hooking up a partnership in these GameStop stores. I think it's GameStop, one of the game stores inside the stores, and they're going to be offering all these cards. This is again another company that's operating on chain that none of the users need Bitcoin. So they don't need to opt Bitcoin at all to use the platform, and they're like blockchain agnostic, so they're working on different blockchains. But it requires these micro payments and basically the Bitcoin ecosystem, to use the micro payments, small casual payments to work in the background. All right, so yeah, that's just a kind of an open forum talk about what's happening, what's latest. If you want to know more about it, you can contact me in the comments. I'll be reading all that. Or on X, if you see it there, you can reply back that way and put you in touch with these guys. Ultimately, just stay tuned. Whatever you're doing, it's a freaking exciting time right now. Oh, and be sure to be tuned into the space tomorrow. I'm going to have people come on, questions, different speakers, topics, and it should be really exciting. I got Kurt, I got Satoshi. We're going to talk all about Bitcoin as a digital commodity, and the others are other cryptos or securities. I'm at 16 minutes, so that's all I got. I will see you at the top.